Powerhouse Radio, linking the world to the Caribbean.
Victorious 89.1 WAKE. Your unity in the community station.
Disclaimer. The views and opinions expressed on the Powerhouse radio station are those of the host, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of this station, its management, or other hosts or advertisers. The show found on the Powerhouse radio station can promote any lifestyle, belief, religion, political affiliation, or other personal practice. These shows are for entertainment purposes only and are not intended to treat, diagnose, and or claim any cure of disease or conditions. Opinions stated by various contributors to the Powerhouse Radio and its programming are not to be considered as endorsed by the Powerhouse Radio station. Visitors are urged to use their own discernment to draw their own conclusion. We emphasize the importance of keeping an open mind.
One Volunteer full range of products embodies fundamental nutrients necessary to maintain beautiful and healthy hair care without having to combine an assortment of hair care products. The one-by-one care products are designed to rejuvenate, moisturize, create shine, fortify, and stimulate hair growth while leaving your hair feeling weightless and luxurious. Be sure to visit our website at www.onebywankaya.com and follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube at One Volunteer. Let's get your healthy hair care journey started today.
Greetings, and welcome to well, we're not going to say another. We're just going to say to a new year and lots more hot topics right here on Reasoning Thursday. Hot reasoning. Greetings, each and everyone. Greetings. We want to say big shouts to all of our sponsors. Big shouts we want to send to our brother sisterly station, Victorious 89.1 FM. Big shouts to you all. Happy New Year. Happy blessed New Year's. Greetings, Donna. Happy New Year's to you. Queen Mama Acid. Happy New Year's.
She threw together, so low in there together. Hey.
Man, I'm telling you all, listen. Reasoning Thursday is going to be hot. It's hot all the time, but for the new year, man, we're getting the feedback. For the new year, let me tell you all. Yeah, we're definitely. Mama Acid, I'm going to mute your mic for me, sis. Mute your mic for me. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that helps that stopped the feedback right there. So big shouts to each and everyone. Big shouts. Queen, what's up? Mama Acid, what's up? Listeners, what's up?
So much.
We heard that the phone is free in prison.
You heard that the phone is in prison. What?
It's free in prison.
Okay, the phone is free in prison.
That's why all of the able are able to make as many calls as they need to get these crimes committed. They don't have to pay anymore.
Oh, okay. Acid, we getting the double up on you. You might have to call in because it's too hot. It's too hot right now for us to do any type of double up because we have so much to reason about. Folks. MIKHAL Phillips, yeah. We're gonna talk about Mr. Robert Chin And we're going to be talking about George Santos. We're going to be talking about all these guns and no license needed. We're going to be talking about Sean Patterson, the UK gentleman that got killed in Jamaica. What about military air base in Jamaica? Roger? Yeah, I mean, the list is huge. The list is huge tonight. Yeah, and we are full of nothing but enough energy. Enough energy is what we're full of tonight. And we just want to thank you, each and every one, for joining us near and far. Mama Acid, you on?
Yes.
All right, yeah, there you go. There you go, my sister. Donna Moody, big up yourself. The Respector, big up yourself. Blossom, big up yourself. Sister Julie, Robin, Oliver, Dr. J, big up yourself. Each and every one, big up yourself. I ain't call your name, man. Trust me, I'm going to get to the names. I'm going to be doing some name callings tonight with all the texts, everything that I've been getting. Les Gripe, want to say big shouts to you. Welcome back. Last night was wonderful. And with you on Shaolin, big up yourself. Big up yourself. Man, I'm telling you, it's great. Misha, big up yourself. Yes, yes. Jakeem, big up yourself. Two-Face, big up yourself. Man, well, let me give the floor to Queen and Mama Acid right now. Who's gonna go first for the new year before we get deep in these topics? And wait a minute, before you go, just want to let our Facebook and our YouTube listeners know that next week we're gonna be showing our face back on YouTube next week. So this week it just didn't happen, but next week we're gonna be live and direct. Greetings, Don Minot. Bless up yourself. Happy New Year's. Don Minot says good evening and a happy New Year's, lady. Greetings to you. Man, I'm telling you, Mama Acid or Queen, take over, and then we're going to just jump with both feet into all of these reasoning topics that we have tonight.
Happy New Year's, everyone. I am so happy to be back. Man, I've been researching. There is so much going on in JA, that little small island. You would be surprised what is going on over there. So we're here to share it with you, so just tune in. That's it. Go on, Acid.
Mama Acid.
Well, I don't think that people really want to hear what I have to say, because I just got a bunch of jokes tonight. First thing is, like I said, the phone in prison is now free around the world, but that doesn't mean it's free for everybody. The second thing is, we can't seem to be able to get through to some people that when you supply a public service, that public service goes to everyone and not just the people you want to pick. That's why it's called a public service. So with that being said, I just want to say this. You're just selling lime. When are you going to start dropping off the real upgraded prison phones? We have business that needs to be conducted. We can see right now with all these drug busts going on in one place, y'all just don't have things organized. Y'all got to spread stuff out a little bit more.
Wait a minute, you lost me on that one. Did you sell live with drug busts? I mean, like, elaborate, Acid. You have to elaborate. You lost me there. What you talking about?
Well, we know that Lime and Digicel bring more phones onto the island than anyone. Right?
Right.
So we know that who got the most chips is who runs the game. And right now, who has the most chips? I want to say it's the Chinese phone maker Huawei. HWU. I can't spell it. Anyway, whatever. Huawei phones are the ones that are cheapest, and they're used in closed markets like Jamaica and other small markets where, and I call Jamaica a small market even though it's not. It's a closed market. And the reason they use them in those closed markets is that the loop is smaller and they can control um, the line use more by limiting the availability in certain areas. And what I mean when I say that is this. We know that Jamaica police recently received, and I said Jamaica police because I'm talking about the JCF, and I'm going to differentiate and start making that clear to people. The JCF are the police. The JDF is the military. And I want to make it clear to people this year who I'm talking about so y'all understand that there is two separate organizations that we're dealing with in terms of crime in Jamaica. We don't know if they're coordinating, but I just want to throw one little bitty detail in here about these phones. Digicel provides the phones for both. Yeah, I said it. I'm calling names.
I said it, Digicel. I said it too. You
okay,
know
so
it.
who owns the majority of stock in Digicel? The majority of stock in Digicel is owned by the Irish. Okay, and the Irish own 60% of the company, and the other 40% is owned by who? Chinese investors. Who dumps the phones? The Chinese investors, because that's way electronics. Now, Jamaica's coming into a big thing about iPhones, and reason that people are getting so stuck on iPhones in Jamaica is that they think it's a better quality phone, but they don't realize that the phone actually, only thing better about it is the GPS tracking and their ability to prevent you from shutting it off. Because every time you walk with an iPhone, it doesn't matter where you are, if you've turned off all geolocation, if you don't even have the phone on, the phone can tell somebody where you're at. Proof of that is the fact that a lady lost her luggage. It was on the plane coming from Florida going to New York. Inside their luggage was an AirTag, which is the same thing that's inside of an iPhone, and she was able to track exactly where her bag was every time it moved. And she provided this information to the airlines, and they got angry. So now, if you're planning on putting an AirTag in your luggage, remember the airlines now has carte blanche to be able to search your luggage, and they may very well remove it. So I'm giving you a few things to think about all in one. The AirTag is literally tagging you, telling other people or other things where you are. The AirTag is inside the iPhones that are being given out basically in Jamaica for cheap because they're dumping them in Jamaica since that version of the iPhone is no longer available in the US or in Europe. And the first part of it, which, yeah.
So are we saying that's how? So are we saying that's how Robert Chinbin was found so quickly? Are we going there, or we're on iPhone?
Did somebody say a name? Did I hear a name?
Oh, well, you know what, Mama Acid, you said there's two. You have the police force and you have the defense force. But listen, we have another one coming up. They are building that military air base in Jamaica. It's a sure thing now. Okay.
So wait a minute. Wait.
What happened right again?
I'm stopping both of you because I'm trying to figure out: are we going to the air base first, or are we going to Robert Chin first?
It all ties in. It all ties in.
All right. Well, let's tie it up.
See, Lady D didn't know we were going to drop it on her like this, y'all.
Listen, today I'm listening.
It will be not just two, but it will be three, because the American government, they are building that air base in Jamaica, and the goal is for the takeover of the international policing. Okay, there's a lot going on. Mr. Radigan, who is a former FBI agent, okay, what he's doing, he's calling Andrew Holiness right now. He's saying that he is immature because they had a meeting the other day.
Was that the meeting in Florida?
No, they had another private meeting. I think this was somewhere undisclosed. They had a
Okay.
private meeting, okay, with all the security ministers,
Okay.
okay? And what happened is evidently Andrew Holiness, he opened up his mouth and he talked about it. But the U.S. government is saying that they don't share their information like that. What is kept private is kept private. So right now, Radigan is calling him immature, don't know what he's doing, need somebody else to take over. It's a lot going on. It's alleged, right?
All right. So it's all alleged that.
But the base is being built in Waco Hill, in Warwicker Hill. It's been built in Warwicker Hill, and 2003, I think, is when it's gonna start. They're gonna start the actual groundbreaking and building of it.
2023. 23 this year,
Okay, well,
2023.
yeah, they supposed to have started the groundwork, so now they're actually starting the building. What happened is the IMF gave Jamaica billions of dollars in loans, and they're saying, what is that for? It all stemmed back to the military base. That is why they gave Jamaica all that money, because they have a stake in what is going on in Jamaica, controlling of the crime, controlling of what goes in and what goes out, even though you know they've been at a stake in it. Now, there's a lot going on because now I heard Canada want a stake in it. Canada is trying to get involved also.
So we really
because
not
they
own
wanna
nothing in
put
Jamaica.
power. Yes, all of this, it's a lot going on out there.
So we really
You remember the road
Jamaica
that they're building, the expressway they're building through
to go to St.
what's
Thomas.
that, Paris?
To go to
To
St. Thomas.
right?
Yeah.
Yes, it's all intertwined into Kingston, that road.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
So, listen, it's a lot going on with the government out there and the U.S. government and Canada and England, because all of them fighting to get a piece of the pie. And listen, the head of all of this is the Chinese, as Mama Ashley said. They're
Okay.
heading
So
all of
let
this.
me kind of get an understanding to this.
Yeah.
The American government is assisting Jamaica with building an Air Force base in Jamaica.
They're not assisting, it's their Air Force Base.
Is their Air Force base.
It's American Air Force
So-
Base.
American Air Force Base, but it's part of the intercom. It's part of their Atlantic
policing. Now,
Atlantic policing.
What's going on too is that right now they have a thing called international policing, and they're saying that Holiness is a FBI agent.
Oh, boy, you just said to me later a minute to the wait.
Yes.
Really?
Let me
It's
tell you,
alleged. It is alleged that he is an FBI now agent.
FBI agent, and they're saying that how can he get to that point when he was fighting against what's that guy named Acid that before they were accusing him of being FBI agent. What's his name again?
I don't know about Andrew. I don't know about
He's been
Andrew.
fighting against a lot of people, especially Mark Shields, who first told us that he had his hand in the pocket.
Mm-hmm.
But wait, you all really think Andrew? You all really think Holiness is FBI agent?
Honey, he's getting the money. He's getting the money. He's getting the money.
If that is the case, how come all of these? If that is the case, how come a lot of these MPs are not going to jail? A lot of crimes that
they are.
Where you say MP's
They
going to jail? What
they
MP you see
are.
going to jail?
A lot of them going to jail, and who's not going to jail? They dying.
Who died? Wait a
Who
minute. Wait
is
a minute.
against them? They are dying because right now they have 2 police officers that commit suicide in space of 2 weeks. You know that, right?
No, I did. No, I did not know that. That's why.
Okay.
That's why
Two
I'm
police
speaking with you
officers.
and
I
acid.
have their name. I have their name somewhere here.
Okay.
But
All right.
2 of them.
So let me get a clear understanding. The base that is
Okay.
being that's being built in Jamaica, it's alleged
Mm-hmm.
that it is the
Yes.
American air
Yes.
is an American base. So America
Great.
is now infiltrating Jamaica military.
Yes.
So what
Yes.
are we alleging, or are we hearing that allegations, we are hearing the allegations that are being made that basically is that America is now or soon will be taking over Jamaica, the JDF, the military
And
of
that's why
Jamaica.
they're shifting around
No.
everybody, lady.
Wait a
They're
minute,
shifting
Acid
around
said.
all
Wait a
about
minute,
those
Queen. Acid
members.
said no. Acid said
Mhm.
no. What you say no about Acid?
This is an international movement that is moving
Movement. Yes.
through the International Monetary Fund. Listen, the International Monetary Fund gave Jamaica almost $3 billion, and it was earmarked to go under the Weed and Seed Fund because Jamaica is now legally cropping weed and they are selling it to other countries like Canada. So Canada feels they should be allowed to have some say so, not just in the production, but also in the security of what's happening with their crops because they have foreign investors. So, how this is all coming about is that the foreign investors, who are major players in corporations around the globe, who farm cannabis and who also make pharmaceuticals, see that Jamaica is the perfect place to be able to create a whole island farm and keep all the criminals on there as well. Because, like we talked about 3 weeks ago, the Supermax prison that's being built, Queen didn't mention it, but I'm going to mention it. And the reason that they're building it is so that they can deport people like this
Yes.
back to Jamaica
Mhm.
so they don't serve their time in the U.S. They want to do
Yes.
this so that criminals from Jamaica, according to them, who are in prison all over the world can now serve their time in Jamaica. But the reason they have to build
Yes.
this prison from the ground is that they have to install all of their devices to make it so that the U.S. is safe inside that prison because U.S. police are not safe in Jamaican prisons because they're not smart. I want to say they're not
Okay.
smart. I want to say they're not smart in the sense that they're not able to function in the jungle. Because once you throw yourself down there in Raytown or in Augusttown, if you don't know what's going on, pretty soon somebody from Daylight is going to be coming to pick you up. And for
Mhm.
those who don't understand, that's a mortuary. So you got to really understand that the U.S. has taken all of their investment from not just the military side, but they put it directly into funding cropping in Jamaica because they don't want Jamaicans to have control of the ganja crop. So the only way to control it is to genetically control it and to monitor it with police and believe that none of those police are going to be Jamaican. Now that's the other thing about this thing that we talked about last year about these drones and why Jamaica is being set up as a drone base.
But you know, I said they have their people because what they're doing right now is, you know, the Jamaican government, they're shifting around all their cabinet members, and they're trying to get what's his name? Darren Carr, what's his name?
Damian Crawford.
They try Damian
No.
No,
Damian Crawford is on PNP. I'm sorry.
They're trying to get Darryl
Vaz,
Vaz as the
yeah.
Minister of Security, right? As the Minister of Security. But the people, they're objecting against him because they said all the corruption that he was responsible for when he was a delegate in one of those parish.
So he's trying to take it from Horace Chang and give it to Darrell Voss?
Yes, no, they already push him out, Chang. They sent him to the Minister of Health.
What Chang are doing a Ministry of Health?
Yeah, they did that a couple weeks ago.
How women there? Where am I? What you mean? What he's doing in Ministry of Health?
Yes, that's what people saying. What the hell, he could run the security, so why they think he's gonna be able to do the Minister of Health? It's a lot, but he's shifting around. Listen, I tell you, they had that meeting, and whatever was discussed in that meeting, they're under currently fixing it so it suits, and it all points to that military base and the control of America. But because of that, now everybody.
So I would wonder.
Canada, England, all of them, China, all of them.
So I would wonder. I would wonder as well now that this is all playing out, and with the JDF, if it's going to be where now America can use the soldiers to fight war, such as
what about the Chinese? Are we forgetting about the Chinese military that's down in Jamaica? Are we ignoring the fact the plainclothes Chinese police are all over Jamaica right now?
Listen, next week the Canadian government is going down there. It's supposed to be a 1 week vacation.
No, he was there. He was there last week. I read something where he was there last week.
Because of the storm. He didn't get there yet because of the storm that they had, the thing that they had going on in Canada with the storm. So he didn't get there yet. But he is on his way. He's going there. They said sometime this week or next week he should be there. And he's using the front as a vacation when it is not. So I tell you, it's Canada, China, England, and America, all four of them, and those are the big fours, really. Germany, not no more.
Okay,
those are the big fours.
Keith Blake, one moment, ladies. Keith Blake says it's outrageous, and Don Minot says on November 22nd, 2022, the government has received an unsolicited bid from a prominent Jamaican developer to construct a $30 billion prison on 300 acres of land.
Exactly what I've been talking about.
What you talking about? That's it. That's it. It's a lot going on in that little island. It's a strategic spot. It's a strategic spot, and everybody wants a piece of it. Okay. Jamaica is right in the middle. It's right there, right in the middle there. Okay. And everybody want a piece of it, okay?
And our prime minister is giving them a piece of it.
He's a sellout.
I heard oh Jesus. I heard what's his name on the show called him out on the intimate show. Jabba. I heard Jabba called him out as saying that he's selling off. He's a big sellout, and that they should let Mark Golden rule. This is some information, ladies. I'm telling you all. You have my hair standing up. All right. So Mama Acid, you was about to say. Mama Acid, you was about to say something before I read what our listeners wrote.
That prison that I've been talking about that Don just sent us the information on is the very same prison that I was talking about last year when I was saying that they're in the process of building this prison. So I've been trying to find out more about the prison, and someone in Canada sent me some information. When they sent me the information, I was not really clear on what it was supposed to mean, but I researched it and found out that it's going to be the world's first high-tech prison. 100% high-tech. What they're going to do is they're going to create it so that there's no locks. They're going to have, everything is going to be electronic. The only way you'll be able to travel around in the prison is if you got this
microchip where they'll be able to track you wherever you are. Once you get them installed in the prison, you're gonna have to have a microchip, and they'll never take it out. So Jamaica's about to get microchip.
Hold up, we have a caller. Caller,
Well, go on.
greetings.
Greetings. I'm a thinking call around number still.
Oh, all right.
Call to listen to me.
All right, bless. So you was calling to listen in. Listening on 667-930-9036. That's the listening number. 667.
But caller, before you hang up, let us ask you a question.
Big up yourself.
The
Big
World
up
Powerhouse
yourself.
family, you know?
All right. Big up yourself. Big up yourself.
Hey caller, can we ask you a question?
Yeah.
We want to know how do you feel about this new electronic, all brand new super prison being constructed in Jamaica?
Not down with it.
How do you feel about the FBI having a base and an office and a lab in Jamaica and being directly attached to Mrs. Llewellyn's office, Attorney General Llewellyn's office, Chief Prosecutor?
FBI is everywhere. When you least expect it, they have base set up all over the place.
Do you think it's fair that the people in Jamaica have to be under this type of scrutiny from an organization like Interpol and also the FBI and certain other so-called anti-crime organizations, including some of the ones from China? Because now we understand that the Chinese are sending in different types of people to monitor the crime based upon the complaints from the Chinese people who have gone into Jamaica to do business and feel like they're being put in a dangerous position because they feel like Jamaica is more dangerous. Do you think that Jamaica needs to be monitored more tightly so that the Jamaican Chinese can do more business? And I did say the Jamaican Chinese.
Why you trying to put the caller in the spot? The caller said he called.
I want to ask the caller how he feels.
Jamaica is a place. Jamaica is open to many. You know, Jamaica is a lot of export and import. So Jamaica is open to the world. You know what I mean? So there's a lot of business going on in Jamaica. So of course you have the scrutiny going, and you have the Chinese and the Germans, and everybody wants a piece of Jamaica. America, England, they want them.
Don't forget Mexico.
Jamaica, so,
Don't forget Mexico owns the airport.
And Africa hated, and you have Haitians and we want to pick up against Jamaica and this, that, and that's a whole other talk. But you know, there's a lot of things going on with Jamaica. Jamaica is like under a microscope, so there's a lot going on, and then the Willie Park killing and things going on in Jamaica. America is a place that want to control the whole world. You know?
Yeah.
So, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Wow, caller.
The government in Jamaica still need to know what they're doing, though, because at the end of the day, when you start signing certain things, like you sign over certain things to the Chinese and so forth, then you don't have much power in the future. You know, they're thinking about now, or what about the future and the generations to come?
Yeah.
Hey, caller, just stop right there for 1 second. Just stop right there for 1 second. Let me tell you something. This week, it was announced by the Prime Minister of Barbados that they are suing the Drax family from Drax Hall. We all know about Drax Hall. They had plantations all over the Caribbean, and they definitely had one in Jamaica. So this money that they're being sued for, do you think Jamaica should join that lawsuit and make the Drax family pay reparations to Jamaica for slavery?
Of course.
Yes, caller. Hey, caller, you
had
got
a
to call
couple of
every week. We like you.
All right, bless up. The number to listen in is 667-930-9036. You can also listen in on www.dapowerhouseradio.com. Also on our TuneIn app, you could listen in via that. We're live on Facebook. We're live as well on YouTube. We're live on 89.1 FM here in the Atlanta area, Victorious Radio. So you have lots of outlet, and you also have the 89.1 FM website that we are live on as well. So big up yourself, caller. You can listen to us through any of those outlets. I know you was going for the telephone, which is the 667-930-9036 number. Okay.
All right, nice.
All right, bless up, bless up. And thanks for calling in.
Bless,
Thanks for
bless
calling in. Yes, okay. Mama, I see you callers be ready, you know, when you make a mistake and call, you know, you just call in purposely. Be ready for us to give you the 50,000 question. And 50,000
Our
movements.
callers are informed. They know what's going on. That's why they listen to us, because they understand that we do this research to help everyone know the facts. Because people are telling lies, and we can't let them trick us.
Well, this is some big hot news. This is really something with the
It's a lot, and it needs
yeah,
to be followed
it
up in
needs
the
to be
next
followed
coming
up.
months. We got to follow this up. We got to follow it up because, like I said, most of these things are developing. These things were slated a couple of years ago, and 2003 is the year that it's all manifesting. It's all coming out, and it's all being worked on, and they got the money. They did get the money the other day.
Okay.
Billions of dollars.
Well, this also explains not just that secret meeting that Oldness did, but even the one when he came up in Florida. It also explains a lot. Some underhanded things are going on. So, but as I said the other day, who's gonna stop him? Because no one is ready in neither one of the parties. If there was an election called today, I don't think PNP. I don't see who PNP is going to use. To go against him. I don't see whom what's the next one called, the blue one, the UCI or UCF or something like that. I don't know who. I don't see whom they're gonna put to go up against Andrew.
Well, they're trying. Well, what's going on is the PNP party. They're trying to Golden. They're trying to fix them. They're trying to fix him in terms of his dressing, how he dresses. They're trying to fix him how in how he speaks. The other day I was watching a blog where they were trying to get him to meet with some of these officials that can't be. Yeah, they're trying to get him to meet with them. Right now you have a link up with Epic, Father Epic, Andre Stevens, what's her name, Dr. Lewis Love, with also Shirley, what's her name? Shelly,
all of them. You tried to get him with them.
Shelly Curran. They have a team now that meets once per week. They meet, and they're having a forum once per month, where they're going to meet and they're going to be discussing these topics and bringing it out to the forefront.
Yeah, and but Mark Golden needs to get verbally wicked and creative.
They're working on him. They're working on him because right now,
who is
they're saying that
Holiness
does not have the Jamaican public he's not really for the Jamaican public. So they really need somebody to represent these people. So they're trying to work on Golden because they said he seemed honest and he seemed like he is for the people. So they're trying to give him some of the manly teaching and
as
and
I
what
said,
have you. And
I'm not cutting you, Queen, but I'm cutting you. Okay? Because as I said, there is no one at this particular moment that I see that can go up against Andrew right now. Because
so why you think
the people in his constituencies, the people in his
Ian
who? Ian who?
Ian Sims, he's not a political person. He's a writer. He knows all about politics, and he definitely talks about it on the internet. And one of the things about him, he's a lawyer, so he's qualified. He knows the Constitution. They don't want somebody like that in there. So what has to happen is we now need to start demanding better vetting. There needs to be vetting that needs to be handled from the outside. There should be no more inter-party vetting. That needs to stop. In fact, an example of what happens when you have inter-party vetting is what's going on in the United States right now with Kevin, whatever his name is, not able to win, and 20 people saying, I'd rather just be here than to vote for you.
Okay, we
when
have
that
another.
type of dysfunction occurs, that disruption basically stops all the government from working. And people have been listening to me complain about this for the past couple of years about how Andrew has basically put the government in a state of emergency because nobody is doing anything. He can move people around as though they're pieces on the chessboard because that's how he feels. It doesn't necessarily mean it is right. It doesn't necessarily mean, just like we're talking about Horace Chang, about why Horace Chang should be in that position. And in fact, if Horace Chang is in that position, let me ask this question. What did he do about the Chinese bringing in them 2 tons of rice last week that was all rotten and foul and infected? Spoiled rice. He let the Chinese bring in the spoiled rice to try to put it on the market in Jamaica. Tell me why, if that is his post.
He needs to totally be let go. He don't need to be in no Ministry of Health because he wasn't good at security. We do have a caller on the line. Caller, how you doing?
I'm doing well enough.
All right, bless up.
Hey, caller.
I'm listening to you ladies doing some wonderful things.
Thank you.
And I'm very disturbed by what I'm hearing. All 3 of you should be on international television. Because
you want to get us killed? You trying to get us killed? That's why we have to stay on this small station, because we don't want to get killed when we walk out our houses. Some of us don't go out but once a week. I hide. I hide out.
And that might sound like a joke in a mama. But the truth of the matter is, that's the fear that the government members, them, own. All of them are moved by fear, because China, America, Canada, England, when them say boom to wholeness, or any other local black country, the fear of what can happen to them if they don't do what they say to do. But the thing about it is, we as a black people been going through too much by even our own black people because of fear. They say no to the white man or to whoever's in charge. Them come to you. They get fired, they get killed, murder. It's very difficult to govern anywhere there in the world. But the biggest thing now with Jamaica is known for overworking. Why the Rastafari can't work up something?
Well,
why don't you cook up something against the Chinese, against the people who's trying to take over Jamaica, control Jamaicans? It's very, you can give so much money to Jamaica, and Jamaica can't say, no, my people are suffering. The money get up to Jamaica. And them are bringing the gun and create the crime. And them are making it seem like a people born and turned bad and wicked. America, Canada, Britain, France, the whole of them. And them are bringing the drugs and guns. And them are giving vaccination to keep a certain set of people full, kill off each other. That is fact. They have no intention of doing anything
Caller.
to black people, to poor people.
Not to cut you, caller. What's your solution?
My solution is until Jamaicans and a straight if I was there, if I have the opportunity, I would be one of the whole entire island of Jamaicans born. Just throw them out here second and say, no, all 14 parishes. Let me get it together and make a march. Who have gun, bring gun, who have knife in knife, make the island wipe out. March for government. Stand firm against America, against Canada, and say, no. But then now because everybody's free. You can't blame people for being free. Nobody want to lose them life. But it's very, very wicked what people are doing. America now says Canada now says America. None of them now say, no, leave this island alone. The people that must suffer enough. Too much mother because they look at boy.
Caller, I like what you're saying. Let me throw something at you. Now, I'm not hateful, but I just want to ask you this because I got some feelings about it, and I talk about it all the time, and I know people think I'm hateful because I talk about it all the time, and I don't care what they think. These are my feelings. My feelings are valid. Do you think that the Chinese should be treated better than Jamaicans in Jamaica and allowed to continue to abscond and continue to run rampant over Jamaica, not have to deal with the port taxes or regulations, or even in the sense of what they bring in terms of that? They don't pay any taxes on any of that. So how would you handle that problem, the Chinese problem in Jamaica? And don't forget, they own the port. Okay, so we got to talk about it, understanding that they own the port.
The thing about it is, you're not going to take one person. I don't like it, and I'm pretty sure the people in Jamaica don't like it. But like I said, black people need to put them head together. You have white people, you have Chinese, every other race, put them set their mind together. And then march throughout the day, throughout the night, and then do what they need to do for white for a certain set of people. Bring all kinds of disease to a certain set of people. All kinds of wickedness to a certain set of people. Why we black people? There's nowhere in history where you have it where black people come together and say, you know what, enough. Let's go kill out some white people. Let's go kill out some Chinese. Let me stand firm against these group of people. We're free to breathe. Why we not think like them are think? Them are think all we got people destroy we.
Well, actually, there is one place. There's one place, and I could give you an example that's fairly recent. The British and the Chinese during the Opium Wars, the Chinese said, hey, you've been bringing this opium over here for a long time, and you done jacked up our worker base. All of our citizens are now addicted to opium, and we don't like it. So guess what? Anybody using opium, they go into jail into a work camp, and Chinese people at that point knew that the Chinese were not kidding, and they put the British out. And the British, who wanted to still play that game, they mounted their heads on sticks.
But once again, it comes back to what but once again, acid, once again, it comes back. Wait a minute, Queen. Once again, it comes back to what the brother's saying. He's saying that why black people cannot come together and come together for a cause. You brought up the Chinese and England. That's they are considered to be Caucasian people. You understand the majority. So it comes back to where when would we melanated skin people come together and fight, especially just even us Jamaicans. But I can say one of the reasons we haven't gotten together.
Of the situation.
Jamaicans to fight, because what happened is that Jamaica owes so much money, not just to America, but other countries. They hold so much money that they really don't have any talk.
America holds a lot of money too. Queen,
follow the leader.
Queen, America owns a lot of money too. Jamaican just licky. Let's come to the point. Jamaica licky as the government hand them $5, $10, $20, them second for it. Even it's evident in the other day when they were doing their the JLPs was doing their party thing there, and they bust how much people they gave. It's alleged that they paid how many jail peers to come out and to rally and to carry on at this convention. Okay? As soon
Yeah.
money talk, BS walk. So as soon
But
as
you
they're
see,
giving $2, they sell out.
they robbing up the money.
They
They
sell
robbing
out.
up money
But
because
listen,
right now they're questioning where is that $43 million that is missing.
No,
You know,
I'm talking about
that-
why black people or why the Jamaicans in Jamaica will
yeah,
not
like
come
you said,
together.
licky,
Be
like you
based
said,
off of
licky.
fear, and also monetary.
when America,
Go ahead,
when
caller.
America gives Jamaica money, or Jamaica borrow money from America, it comes with some restriction. Jamaica government cannot take no money from no country and use it to help poor people get better in life. It is in law. They can't take no money them get to make a certain sector of Jamaica better. They not do it, and now no government official is fighting to overturn that or change that. That's why Jamaica remain or Jamaica is. People are suffer night and day, and the more them suffer, the more drugs and sling go get them and guns to kill off each other. And I strongly believe the vaccination them putting the black people in Jamaica is to control them. That's why Jamaica only have strength to Jamaica. The school field man there, people look and see him. They step on a man throwing with the serious of a black man and a white man walk by and bounce him. And it's cool, you're cool, man, you're cool, it's no problem. Then we fear that every other race except your own race. And I then make it so.
So Carla, what do you think they're going to do with this billions of dollars that they borrowed from the IMF the other day, 2 weeks
What they
ago?
do just like every other money they borrow and get. It's still within a certain party. And all them do is use it for themselves and them close friends. And some of it.
But this is supposed to be for the infrastructure.
Wait a minute. Let him answer.
No,
Let him
people-
answer, Queen.
So people who actually doing the work now and get my money, So the same money that the America gives Jamaica, $2 billion. Believe it or not, in no time, the person who create that $2 billion from America with Jamaica, they will get back at least 30% in them bracket. So they make it seem like Jamaica have all this money and when Jamaica in a few weeks, Jamaica will turn around and send back to the same person. I pay corruption, they have a fat piece of the pocket. I'm making a deal with the lady D. I want to get money to the lady D now and give it to her, or she have to return it back to me a portion. And the people then still there suffer. In the right man.
Donna Moody says if black people come together, they will throw them in their high-tech prisons illegally.
No, if black people come together and stand firm, they stand firm, they know them can't do without Jamaicans. What am I do? Kill off the whole Jamaicans? Then it's going to be a real world war. Because there's all the dumpy of Jamaica going to rise up. Money and the crew are going to rise up. And then the real school, the real Jamaican living. When the real Jamaicans start to go to the bush, there's no Jamaicans can go to China and do what China do at Jamaica. Africa tried and then kick out Africans out of China.
Well, once
That's come out of the fear.
it's fair and like I said, them licky. As soon as the government or anyone give them $2, them quiet. Them get back quiet again. They start make noise and
Let me
back
tell you
into separation.
about that. No fault on Boga rice. They didn't get them and they quiet though.
This statistic is scary to me because it's the one we started out the show with, and that's about cell phones. Do you know that most every person in Jamaica, other than babies, have cell phones? Some people have two. Why is that? Why is that important? Because that is a direct geographic location. They can count you from their living room. Most people aren't even thinking about that.
That is true.
And on top of that,
And how are they paying for it? How are they paying for it?
Exactly.
Here's another thing too. That part right there I really like. This is a thing that found out recently when I was trying to dig for some more information. I was looking for some historical information about the light bulb fund. Okay, we talking about money that's missing. Then I was looking for the money that was missing from the refinery from JAMPRO and Venezuela, and so it I rounded up about $70 million that's just floating out there somewhere in space, right? So I tried to link it to administrations, and of course we know we can link the light bulb fund directly to Porsche, and then if we look at the investment from Digicel and Lime when they came in and they set up them big towers like the one up there on Bunker Hill and the other one all the way on the other end up in Diablo. They set these great big towers up not to help Jamaica communicate, but to make money because these towers were the first 5G towers that were installed in the Caribbean, and they were installed in the late 2000s, like from my understanding, about 2010, 2012, maybe 2009. They set these towers up because they make money sending signals to other islands and sending signals around. But what are they sending? Okay, we wanted to understand that part most. What they're sending is data. Who set it all up? Let me just say it one more time so y'all can get through with me tonight. The Chinese.
Donna says it's a GPS satellites invasion of Earth.
Exactly. Exactly.
It's a GPS
And we've been talking
satellites
about this since
invasion of
2000.
Earth.
Haven't we been talking about this since the beginning of the show, Lady D? Where I've been talking about how Jamaica's been under surveillance and why I was able to fish through certain records and call people in other countries and ask them to find things for me, and they could find it. But if you in Jamaica, you can't find it, and if you in certain places, you can't find it because it's blocked out to you. So you have to have somebody that has a European IP to be able to look at these things. And the reason I was looking for them was I was trying to find out what Kingfisher was looking for. Remember that, Lady D?
Yep.
Mark Shields. I wanted to know, all of this was related back to the cake soap caper, as I like to call it. Why did I flush Cartel down the toilet? Because I said Cartel was what started all of this. And it would have been no trash on the floor of the bathroom if Cartel didn't throw himself into the middle of the mix. Why did Cartel throw himself into the middle of the mix? Because he was an invention. Who was he an invention of? I'm going to say it. I'm going to say it, and people can get mad at me and say whatever they want. The U.S. justice system. Because if Cartel did all the stuff that he did, do you think Cartel would be alive today? I don't think so. And to really put a flag. It's a flag. Well, I'm not saying that I support Vibes Cartel. I don't support Adidja Palmer, not in any way. That's why I flushed him down the toilet and called him a late-term abortion. I told him, I said, in the name of your mother, I'm flushing you down the toilet. You a late-term abortion because Jamaica don't never need nothing like you again. And soon thereafter, he went to jail. Now, what I'm saying is that when you have people looking for people, if you point them in the right direction, they will look at those people. I want to give you an example right now. They had a meeting at somebody's house, but nobody has mentioned that person's house since we've been on this conversation, and everybody's been waiting for me to say it. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and say it. Babsy got a nice house in Florida. So does Portia.
Why did I know she was going to call those 2 days? Donna says the GPS satellites are what they are using to destroy Earth. It's spectrum waves terrorism.
Right. That's true too. But what we're talking about is a more limited scope. And that's why I'm saying that the Chinese, to the caller, I want to say to you, I really appreciate all of what you said. And I really hope that you are able to convince other people around you, because I don't want to believe, like Lady D and Queen say, Jamaica's just too licky. Maybe so. But I want to believe that people still have some dignity and are more rebel like Nanny and me. because I will fight you if you think you can take my Jamaica away from me. I will cut you with my cutlass, and it might still have blood from the last victim. Because until we are willing to stand for Jamaica like we are Jamaica, Jamaica is never going to be ours again, because they have literally taken it away from us now. They will hurt you for a white woman coming off a plane.
I heard a little saying the other day where they said the PM need to demolish the house. Look, let me tell you something. Are we going to move on, Lady D, or are we going to stay on this topic here? Because there's so much to cover on that topic. I think we need to table it for even another time. There's so much topic, because right now we need to get into this thing that they had the other day where Miss Babsy, her name is always coming up in corruption. I'm telling you. I mean, it's like the whole parliament was at this church for it's supposed to have been the head of the family and nation celebration. And it's a big controversy with that too, because they're saying, what is Babsy doing up on top of the pulpit? Her and Daphne Davis, Delta Davis doing up on top of the pulpit, putting hands up and praying and talking about family and nation, when they're doing so much wrongdoing in Jamaica, where $43 million is missing on the Babsy watch.
Well, that's where the caller said, what happened to the Jamaica Wobia? You got them doing bigger Wobia. It appears that their Wobia is bigger and better than the everyday man Wobia. So maybe that's why nothing can't be done.
But is she are we saying she's so powerful that she's so powerful? Because every little thing I hear, Babsy has something to do with it.
Let me ask you this. How long have Babsy been in office?
She's been there a couple of years.
Couple of years? Couple of years?
Been in politics in Jamaica for more than 30 years.
Say that again, Acid.
More than 30 years.
Okay. And I think that she is one of the only ones that have been in politics in Jamaica for more than 30 years. Of all the standing politicians there, isn't she the only one that over 30 years? Think about it.
So she really, I will be working.
Really, no, you know, it's a serious thing to think about. It's like she's the Supreme Court all by herself.
Mm-hmm.
And she keeps quiet and going like a queen.
Exactly.
Boy.
Didn't we have an example of that this winter when they had the song contest?
Not the winner.
Everywhere you look, you see her.
For the festival, you're talking about for the festival. Donna says they are trying to take over planet Earth. Yeah, but you're talking about the song festival when she put an abrupt end to that, but then she redid it up and all of these things. Yeah.
Why is she the target of so much speculation, but never any proof is served up to remove her?
Did you not?
Why does she drag so many bodies, but she still never reached the jail?
Did you not hear she is sitting on the pulpit?
Even with the housing situation, the tearing down of the houses, she was in the middle of it too.
Did you not hear she is sitting on the pulpit? Caller, you were saying something?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was saying science again.
Lord of mercy, Jesus.
I'm covered. I'm covered by the blood. I'm covered. Let me tell you. No weapon formed against me shall
And
prosper.
Dr. Brain, she's
Yes.
everything she is in. Everything she is involved in.
I mean, for all of the listeners, it's something to think about. Donna laughing. Donna Moody put up a laughing emoji. Yeah, I mean, it's something that we really have to. It's something to really look at. It's something for everyone to really look and think about. Out of all of the politicians throughout Jamaica, she's never, rather, I guess, no matter who is in office, maybe the JLP or PNP, she's in there.
And she doesn't ever have to do anything.
Say that again, Acid.
In the church.
Wait a minute. Say that again, Acid. What she never has to do what?
She never does anything. She just shows up, and when she shows up with Babsy's army, which includes the army on the top and the army on the bottom. Because we already know that her associations with people like the Klansmen and other big so-called secret armies, I call them secret armies now because that's basically what they are. They murdering each other off. We got to start understanding why these people are lying with these secret armies, and why is it that the police can't connect the politicians and the armies together in one action so that we could get rid of one and the other one too.
Okay, Donna says it's Space Force science. It's stronger than Obia. I've never heard of that. Space
No,
Force.
nothing stronger than Obia, darling. Sorry about that one.
Space Force science. I never heard of that one. But anyway, all right. These were some very interesting information that was brought out, brought to our attention, and yeah, definitely, as we encourage each and every week, every time, is for you to do your own research. You have the web at your hand. You have black web, you have white web, you have all these webs at your hand, at your disposal. Do your own research and think about it, and see what is, if what is presented to you makes sense or kind of makes sense, little bit of sense, or no sense. Yeah.
Hey,
So,
right there. Can we throw something right there?
sure.
Why Usain Bolt invest in green scooters, dump them in cities all over the U.S., and still can't pick them up? And I'm confused.
I am too.
You
Have you
saying
seen those scooters that
but
Usain Bolt invested in?
no.
It's ridiculous. You listen to the wrong people.
Yeah, they have them downtown Atlanta. I've seen them. They have them on the sidewalks out downtown Atlanta.
You could have invested.
But the people he invested with. Caller, you seen them, right?
It's a dumb investment.
And they're cheap scooters. They're not good scooters. The scooters break down. The scooters are cheap. They don't have the good network where the scooters are located where you're going to get a lot of people. Why not spend the time to invest in a network that can go around the world? If you got a product that is a good product, that's a good product. He just doesn't understand how to get the right people to make the product work. That's one of the things I'm saying. And please forgive me for throwing him in the middle here, but I thought this was a good segue for us to talk about the stupidest things that I've seen people in Jamaica doing recently with a lot of money. I don't even want to talk about the funerals. I just want to, they don't make no sense to me.
They're being counseled by the wrong business people who not have them best interest.
I was just gonna say that. It's not him. He don't know nothing about that. It's whoever is counseling him. His finance advisor, whoever is advising him in these when he did the clubhouse for these kids, that was a good investment, I think. Building all these recreation
Big
centers.
man like
That was a good thing.
big men like Usain Bolt, all of them, they need to be investing in Jamaica.
Exactly.
That's what I'm saying. Why didn't they have those scooters down at every one of these cruise ports, every hotel? That's where he should have had them, reggae scooters. He could have did that, and he could have partnered with some people in Jamaica to even make the scooters out of bamboo. The scooters could have been made in bamboo. I'm sorry, I am so upset about this whole issue, and I have not talked about it, and it is just all coming out at once. I hope it's not coming out the wrong way. But I just want to say I love Usain Bolt, but I think Usain Bolt needs to reassess his investment and actually put it where it will be useful. Don't put it in places where people are not gonna. You're gonna compete with people that are in Paris. Don't compete with people in Paris. Compete with Portland.
Some of those people that's guiding him. Maybe he needs to. But I don't know. He had a good thing the other day. He had a nice turnout with the helping the children and giving out stuff to the kids. Well,
Okay.
What
Okay.
about starting a sports academy and an investment academy? What about doing something for the community that he came up in, like rebuilding a school, or even trying to start scholarship programs where you get people to come in and teach these kids how to become entrepreneurs, not just sports.
What he can do, I think you saying you saying have renovated the school, the elementary school there in Sherwood. I can say that. And every year, I've gone to it several years. I've gone to the treat he does every year on Boxing Day in Jamaica up in Sherwood content. He does it every year. What I would say to you saying is you need, if you know where you're coming from, you can talk to the government or assist with the government to fix the roads up in Sherwood where you're coming, where you're from. But I know that we've asked. I know that he's doing a lot. I know that he is doing a lot in Sherwood content. So as far as what him building schools or fixing school, he has done that. He has done that in the area.
What I'm saying is he needs to invest in Jamaica in something that is actually regenerative to the Jamaican investment. Like he can start a farm, right? He can start a plant to build electric batteries. He can start building all sorts of little things that could be made in Jamaica and exported. This is not something that's unknown. He can buy a water sachet machine and let the kids learn how to run a water business.
Maybe what you need to do is to write. Maybe what you need to do is to write a letter, get it to me, and I will get it to Usain Bolt with your ideas.
Yes.
And I will get that letter. I'm not asking you. I will get the letter to Usain Bolt, and you give him your ideas. Okay. So as to ways to form jobs, etc. in Jamaica. Okay, maybe he needs somebody with a different perspective on things with ideas. So put your stuff on paper, and we'll forward it, and we'll get it forwarded. Okay, listen. Jamaica, man, Jamaica. We're on Jamaica. We didn't touch America yet with George Santos. We didn't touch the 20 states with all the killing that's going on in America. There's 20 states that it's now active that no gun permit is needed to walk around with. We didn't finish with Jamaica with the gentleman that the young man that lost his life in Jamaica, went on vacation, Mr. Sean Patterson, and it is reported that he was set up. It was a setup, and they murdered him out of jealousy. It's alleged that it was a setup and that he was murdered.
It's not jealousy. What happened was that. Can I touch?
Go ahead, touch that.
All right. What happened evidently is that evidently he got into some problems. He was in a gang, from what is said, and this is coming from the security, Jamaica security force. He was involved in some type of alteration in England 8 years ago because he was in a gang, and evidently he was arrested and he got 2 years. Evidently one of the individual was deported home because the English government have it, whereas if you have a parent that is from another country, when you get in those type of trouble, they deport you home to that country where your parents are
Stick a pin
from.
right there. Stick a pin right there. That I could definitely attest to. I don't know if you all remember. It's maybe about 15 years ago or so. There was a gentleman that called in, and I think I spoke about it a couple of months ago. There was a gentleman that called in on the Lady D show, and he was asking me for help. He was born in Germany. He was born in Germany, and his parents were Jamaican. They left Germany, and his parents was in the military. They left Germany and moved to America. He grew up here in America because he left Germany like when he was 2, and he grew up here in America. And his parents never took out citizenship or anything such as. So when he got himself into trouble, he was 19 years old. He got himself into some trouble, and they deported him back to Jamaica. So it's true what you say when you said about the young
Yeah,
man and being born somewhere, but they
right.
go off of the
But
parents.
the twist of it is the twist. There's a twist because what happened evidently, he did not get deported to Jamaica, but the young man did. Now, evidently, this seemed like it was a setup because there was another friend of his where both of them came from England to Jamaica. This is his first time going to Jamaica, right? And it seemed like there was another alter. They don't know if he busted on the guy, so they deported him home, and he took a plea, or what he did. But they went to Jamaica. All him and his friend went to Jamaica, and they were in a first. They were in a apartment for 3 days. Then they left and they went to Negril and got a Airbnb. And evidently they met up. They went to one of those concerts with some of the artists, and they met up with the guy that was deported back to Jamaica. The guy went home with them, which I can't understand how all of that transpired. He's gonna go home with them, but all three of them went home, and it's alleged that all three of them went to sleep. About 4 o'clock in the morning, they're saying this is alleged that he was on the beach, not the beach, I'm sorry, the poolside. Him and the friend that went out there with him was at the poolside, and this guy came up in a black hoodie, shot him 12 times in his head. But what we can't understand is that how can the other friend got away? Usually when somebody shoots you, they don't leave any witness. But the guy said that he ran into the bushes, and that's why he escaped. But this is a poolside. Where's the bushes? Also, not just that, but then we're finding out now that the guy that shot him, the one that came to the house with them, his cousin was killed about 2 years ago. His cousin was killed in London. So they're wondering if it's a retaliation where if the guy was also involved in that murder or if he knew of that murder and it was a setup. So it's a lot of speculation going on
You
right
know,
now, and the
you know,
investigation
people,
is still going on.
Queen, people say I move so funny. People, and my family says
Mhm.
it. They all say I move so funny. But when I go to Jamaica, when I finally go to family, it might be the last day that I'm going to be in Jamaica. I don't let people know when I'm going to Jamaica, and I don't know let people know when I'm leaving Jamaica. And I really don't, I don't have any friends that I call, and I don't necessarily call my family until, like I said, the day or so. And they said I always move funny, but these situations right here make you move funny. You know what I'm saying? And you
Yeah.
can't leave your
Yeah.
head back open to nobody, to no one. So, I mean, all I can say to a lot of
It sounds like
listeners
a
is,
setup.
people will
It
set you
sounds
up.
like that guy
People
that
will
he went
set you
with
up.
to Jamaica, like he lured him to go to Jamaica.
Yeah. When
That's
I'm posting pictures, I
from what
post
is
pictures
being
when I
said.
come back. I don't post pictures while
Yeah.
I'm away. So when people be like, "You're in Jamaica," yes, I'm there. I done already been there. I'm back. So I mean, yeah. So our condolences to the family, and you
Yeah.
know, it's hopefully the Jamaican government will investigate like how they are to
Yeah, because it's causing an
investigate.
international. Right now, it's causing an international problem because they're saying they have an international policing law, whereas the other countries they're joining with Jamaica, or Jamaica is joining with the other. That's why they're talking about Oldness being an FBI agent also, because
Isn't
he
that
is linking other country with the database, because they said he gave away all the names of all the people
Oh
who they're
yes,
looking
oh
for.
yes.
So they're looking for.
I did hear that, and they
Yeah.
were saying, they hope that I forget whom I heard say it, but they were saying they hope he gave, along with the criminal name, they hope he gave all of those MPs whom are criminals too. It, I forget whom. I saw it briefly. The
the
other day. Yes.
FBI gave them a database tool and they used it to take Llewellyn's files and the court files and create a master document, which they then gave to Jamaica, and Jamaica never had anything like that. So now they have a database of everybody that committed a crime in Jamaica, and they also are starting a DNA database, which is why they moved the FBI office out there in Maypen.
Mm.
Well,
I tell you
Wholeness,
that Jamaica,
a
there's
lot
a
of
lot
eyes
going
gonna be
on there.
on Mr. Wholeness right now. A lot of eyes gonna be on him.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah,
Yes, ma'am.
but still, I stand firm.
And
If an
America is
election is
calling him.
called today,
America is saying that he's an amateur. They're saying
well,
he's an
Mikhail,
amateur.
Look,
Mikhail,
he's no Babsy, okay? I'm just going to say it. He's no Babsy Grange.
Mikhail Phillips, trying to got caught in the airport with over 600,000, is it, dollar worth of the big coke. Yeah.
and
And wait a minute, before we go, Donna had wrote, and no Obi, well, she said acid to your comment. They use space. The comment was they use space for science spectrum radiation and caused the coronavirus pandemic. And but then you answered her, and then she says, I know Obia could con- counteract that pandemic. She also says they use space for science spectrum radiation and caused the big C pandemic, and no Obia could counteract that pandemic. So Space Force Science is stronger than Obia because it attacked us all worldwide with a virus. So that was her rebuttal back to what you said, Acid. So let's go with Mikhail Phillip, Robert
Mhm.
Chin. Who's
Honey,
touching that?
his
Who's
brother
touching
is
that?
distancing himself, and really and truly he can, because from what it's alleged that he hasn't seen him in 30 years. He hasn't been in contact with him, and they're saying that he's using dialysis as as a scapegoat to get away. But evidently, it seemed like it's a thing that he does more quite a bit, because Can you imagine him just walking through the damn airport with a suitcase, a coat? How many six packet of it? They said.
Or
Can you
was it a
imagine?
setup?
That's something that he
Or
must
was
have
it?
done before.
Or was it a setup? Could somebody
Could
had
be
given
too, but
him
no
a
payout.
suitcase?
They said maybe he didn't pay any. Somebody didn't get paid because it's alleged that he went through the front, but he couldn't get through the back. Whatever that means.
But
Okay,
I'm also wondering,
but
did someone threaten and tell him he had to carry this suitcase? He don't necessarily know what is in it, and he gets caught with it. That's why he ran. I mean, like when he heard what is in
they're
it,
saying
or did he run
they're saying he's going to
before?
seem like it's something that he did before, that he have done before. This man is a musician. He's an artist.
It's
I mean,
alleged
you know, sometimes artists
because
they
I've
do
never
things
heard of
that and
him.
they think they can just get away with it.
Yeah, yeah. I've never heard of. I
You
never heard
know,
of a Robert Chin.
yes, he's an artist. Yeah,
What,
he's
what
an
them say?
artist.
What
He
them
has
saying
music
stage
out.
name? What them saying stage name? He does have music out. I've never heard of
Yeah,
him.
I forgot his name. Yeah, I forgot his name. I thought I wrote it down, but I didn't.
I
But
really
he
didn't.
do have music out, and he's an artist, and he's a Rasta, and that's why they're condemning him so hard because they're saying Rasta man don't do them something there with so much coke. I can't so much coke. But from what they're saying is that it's something it seemed like he has done before, and that evidently he didn't pay somebody. It's
How did back foot?
alleged that he didn't pay, somebody didn't get paid.
That,
And because that those individuals, that's why they said he got through the front, but he didn't get through the back.
mm.
That's the word out. He got through the front, but he didn't get through the back.
And I know
So
my,
evidently there was somebody that did not get paid, or somebody set him up. But it seemed like it's something that he has done before. For you just to walk in
and I
an
know Mama
airport like
answered.
that.
I know Mama answered the same. There's no separation. You said that to me earlier, Acid.
Well, you got to look at these people for who they are. These people are operating within a system. They know what they can do. They know what will happen if they do certain things. And right now, we're just looking at a game playing out because they're getting cuts off everything. You can't convince me that they're not.
Mm.
But okay, but why do he have to know him? He said he hadn't seen him for 30 years, over 30
30.
years. They,
Yes,
yes,
I'll
they
say
have the same mother, but they weren't necessarily brought up
yeah,
together.
that's brother. Yeah,
They
that's
have
his
the
half
same
brother.
mother, but they weren't necessarily brought up together. And he doesn't have any form of contact with him. Why does he have to know him? Why does he have to, you know, be in mingle in cahoots with him with anything? Why can't it just be an estranged brother, that is doing illegal things, and the brother really don't know
Okay,
about him?
so here we go. Let me just ask this dumb question. If you had a brother who robbed banks, and you knew your brother robbed banks, right? Through the family grapevine, you don't deal with your brother because probably because y'all are not close anyway. But the fact that he robs banks and you are someone connected with the government, wouldn't you want to have some way to make sure that your brother knew not to rob the bank at the corner of your street?
But them are big people. I said them are big people. I'm a grown woman. I'm going to do what I choose to do. And if I don't have contact with my sister, you know, after how many years? After 30 years,
Yeah.
I don't know what their lifestyle is. You know what I'm saying? Yes, she may say, okay, oh yeah, I have a sister that does radio, but she's out there doing whatever she's doing. I'm not taught. I haven't spoken to her. I don't know much about her. She's living her life. Why am I being held accountable for her actions? Why? Because I'm in the government or because I'm doing something, good? I mean, I think it may be unfair that persons are going to automatically say, because that's my brother or my sister, that I should also, that I have something to do with the hoopla that's going on. I
And they said he's condemning
and
it,
and and, and
condemning him.
I've tried to be an
Right. I
upstanding
mean,
citizen.
it would make sense. He would have to condemn it
He's
if he
gonna
wanted
have to condemn it, but
retain some credibility.
he's gonna have to condemn it. But I'll watch it some more and see what the news, what the outcome is of it. But I do think that is unfair that because of us having the same parent, I'm automatically, labeled as a conspirator with this person. This person is doing all of this illegal stuff, and I'm assisting him because I work with the government. I think that's unfair.
Because they
Okay,
said Dr.
I'll go with it.
Phillips.
What you say?
Dr.
Wait a
Peter
minute,
Phillips
Queen.
was the one
Wait a
that
minute, Queen. What you say? Acid, Queen. Queen. 1 minute. What you say? Acid.
Okay, I'll go with that. It will be unfair, but then again, if they don't know each other, who knows what who knows how this is playing out between the two of them, especially considering what type of an ugly reunion this must be.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm not gonna say I
because he
wouldn't
was
try to help. I'm not gonna say now that you're in trouble, and and if I can help in some form of way, monetarily, or speaking to someone, getting you a good, proper defense, team, that I would not help. But I don't want anyone to feel that because you do this mean that I do this. You kind of follow? Yeah.
Yeah, but
But
I mean, why would you get him a lawyer if you and him weren't really even connected anyway? Even if this did happen, shouldn't he be able to get his own lawyer?
yeah, he should
Especially
be
if
able
he
to
knew
get
he
his
was
own lawyer,
They're
but
not
if he
saying he's getting no
financially
lawyer. You
can't,
saying he's distant. They're saying he's distancing himself from the whole situation. He was raised by
Peter
Dr.
Phillips.
Peter Phillips,
Yeah, that's
and
Peter
he has
Phillips is his
no
father.
contact
Yeah.
with his brother. That's what he's saying.
Right.
And
Right.
evidently, he doesn't want to get involved in that situation with him.
Well, I can
Okay.
imagine that you wouldn't want to get drugged down the same well.
No. No.
That's it.
George Santos.
That's it.
George Santos.
Okay, my question is, what happened to the drugs, and how are they going to show us what they did with them? Now, I keep asking this question over and over. It is a sidebar question. I know it is probably not one that is too prevalent in most conversations, but we all know that I'm recalcitrant, and I want to know who spilled the salt and where they swept it up at.
Well, I guess we're gonna have to watch the outcome and see
Wait and
what
see.
exactly they did with the drugs.
No, I mean, like,
and
this is
whom-
like a regular thing. Like, what are they doing to destroy the drugs that they are confiscating? Where are the drugs that they have confiscated?
Well, you know
Where
what?
are they at? They supposed to destroy them sometime. Like, do we have to like contact Llewellyn to ask her to give us an answer to this?
Well, that's what
It's
I
like
was
I
gonna
feel like I
say.
should be forming a tea date with this woman.
I was gonna say that to you,
Just like
Acid,
the
that that's
money's been
something.
disappearing. $33 million disappeared
Well,
from the board of ed, and they don't know what happened to it. It's the same way.
well, that's what I was
Everything
gonna say, Acid, was that we need to have another show on that and do a little bit more investigation into that and ask questions as to what exactly is being done with money when it is found, what exactly is being done with drugs, when it is being when it is confiscated, what exactly is being done, where are they destroying it, if there's a location that it is being destroyed at, you know if it's
The lady,
yeah.
lady, this money, this $43 million has been missing for the past, what is it, 2, 3 years now?
Well, we know
And
they
it
didn't
can't be
burn it.
accounted for.
Well,
It can't be accounted for.
well, no, Mama Acid want to know about where the stuff is and the money and all of that. So I'm saying maybe with an investigation, and maybe we can find
I want
maybe
to
we can
try to
find that
figure it
money
out.
from two. We can find that money
I'm
from
not
2, 3 years
asking.
ago.
Am I asking
What
something
happened to
that
the
is
tons
too
of
far
what
off?
happened to the tons of marijuana that they
One
seized?
moment,
What they do
Queen.
with it?
One
Where
moment,
are they
Queen.
storing it at? I just want to know
Well,
where they
that's
keep it at and
yeah.
who's watching it.
Well,
Who is responsible for it?
wh-
Where is Llewellyn's chain of custody? Where can we see this?
listen, write down those questions and we'll forward it to the appropriate authorities and we'll see if they will address it or if they will come on the program and address what exactly is how are they destroying these things if they are destroying these things. How about that? That's for
I
our
don't
next
think
program
so.
because we sure don't have the
It's
answer
being
tonight.
distributed.
We sure don't
It's
have the
being
answer tonight.
distributed.
So George Santos, the third
Well,
congressional
wait, you didn't
district.
say you didn't get to the state of emergency.
Lord, what
Oh,
happened
yeah.
with the state of
Again.
emergency? Again, I know there's
They
another
call
state of
another one
emergency, but like,
again. Yeah, there's another state of
but what are we
emergency
talking
again.
about it saying? We know there's another state of emergency. What are we saying about it, Aston?
Well, what is the grounds for this one? What is this one about?
I don't know.
Do we know about
It's the
any of
same
them?
thing
Are
they're
any of
saying,
them
crime
ever?
fighting. They're saying you see, listen, they have to clean up Jamaica, right? In terms of getting rid of some of the, you know how many of them died? You know how many Jamaicans died in just this year alone? Okay? And half of them was shot by the police. You know why? Because they have something out there that they're supposed to be cleaning up Jamaica. Okay? And in terms of cleaning up Jamaica is getting rid of certain amount of people, so-called gang leaders, so-called people who have gang leader members in their family and they won't speak up and they're keeping it to themselves because it's not just men dying now. Women are dying too, okay? Because of association, because they're associated with this or that individual, right? What is it, 14,000? Is it 14,000 deaths this year alone?
This year or last year?
Just from violence.
Last year.
That's
Okay.
not everything
Violence
total.
and the police brutality. Police, they have it set up. Remember, all these state of emergency, that's what started these state of emergency, where they're trying to get rid of these men, these young men, because they're young men.
Queen,
Yes, ma'am.
even with the state
Yeah.
of emergency, the murders are still going on. So we just
It's
need
still
to
going
know.
on.
We
It
still,
is.
we
And
just
that's why
need
they
to
say,
know
what's the use of having it?
what's the use.
But
of
it's a cover up. It's a cover up to eliminate these young men, okay, and young women, because now women are dying too, not just men.
Okay.
They
All
just had another sting again the other day where three of them, yesterday, where three of them was just shot down. Okay, the police force shot down three of them
All right.
and said they are armed gunmen.
It's 9:43. We ask you all to continue to share the link. Tell a friend and a friend and a family member that we are here. We want to big up our sponsors, big up our sister station, 89.1 FM Victorious. And we want to big you all up for tuning in with us. Two more topics, and we're gonna just we're gonna clear the airwaves. Jamaica. Hey, what's that Jamaican that fight at the Mexico airport? I'm not even gonna get into that. We're not getting into that. Cause I don't know if he mad sick or him head no good. Because what he's doing in Mexico airport fighting, he's saying, give me my airport, give me my papers. I didn't really get to watch the entire video and I haven't really spoken to anyone on it. So I'm not even gonna go to that. But Jamaican people, may
But
I
you
tell
know
you,
what? Them coming over across the border, right, through Mexico.
yeah, yeah. But we're
They
gonna
try
touch
to go
that.
to
We're gonna
Jamaica.
save that. We're gonna save that for another day. So George Santos, the third congressional district in New York.
Mm-hmm.
I
Mm-hmm.
guess they sworn him in on Tuesday, the 118th what session. On Tuesday
Yeah.
they sworn him in. How fair is
And
that
he lied.
asset since you because you're on the political realm here in America. What
Mm.
what's all of that about? And we have about 15 minutes, so we're gonna make it brief on it. Go ahead.
Go on, I said he lied. Go on, talk about it.
This is somebody that no one can be sure of who exactly he is. That includes the police, Interpol, the Brazilian police, the U.S. police, the Capitol police. I don't even think his
Mm.
mama knows who he is. He has multiple personalities to go with every one of his multiple identities. So
But why
if this
would
is
why
the
would
type of
they swear
example,
him in? Why would they do that? Why would they swear a blatant liar such as that?
they
And they
got
claim
all of
they
the rest
didn't
of them up
know.
in there.
He
He's
did
the
it.
G
They
joining the
claim
club.
he lied on the applications and what have you. They're saying.
You
He's
know, I mean,
joining
there
the
needs to,
club.
once again, we come back to law. We need to have laws in this, in, I mean, in Jamaica, we need to have laws. We need to have laws changed in America where things such as this cannot stand because we,
And so far, he got so far. That's the sad thing
and
about
yeah,
it.
you know, you can
No,
get
he
far,
walked into a wall.
you
You
can
didn't see him the first day? He was walking out fast like he knew where he was going. He walked smack into a wall. Bam!
listen.
And the news crews were watching it. It was the best thing ever. I had never seen anything like it before. And the
He
look
can-
on his face was like, oh Lord, they saw this too.
Okay. He can walk into a wall.
But I don't see any difference between him and Kevin McCarthy because Kevin McCarthy
Okay.
hates everybody, including himself. And
I mean,
then when they
20 of the
called George
Republicans not
Santos,
voting for him.
remember when they called George Santos' name, they've had 10 votes. He has not answered in any one of the 10 votes. He never answers to his name. That's why I say that is not his name. It's just like if you get a cat and the cat's name is Louise, but you keep calling it Jody, and the cat is looking at you like, I don't know who Jody is, but my name is Louise.
Yeah, like
Okay?
cracking me up.
That cat, they know that that cat is not, they
No,
know
listen,
better. They know better. And they got, well, look, wait, let me go even better than that. Let's go better. If we're gonna go and dig in the
I'm
toilet,
glad y'all
let me
making me
just put
laugh.
my hand all the way in there. Marjorie, what is her name? Lauren Boebert nominated Donald Trump as Speaker of the House.
Oh yeah, I mean, you see, that's another crap now. This man,
Listen,
after all that he
You all
did,
gave me a
he still
good.
is able to go in
You all
to
gave me a
office.
good laugh. You all gave me a good laugh just now, and I thank you all for that. Donna brought up something that's definitely we are to send out our prayers and comfort to Stephen Marley. Joe Mercer Marley was found dead, so it's
Yeah,
plenty people
dead,
in Jamaica dying. Yes, yes. They said they think it was an asthma attack or something to that effect. But we send out our
Mhm.
condolences. We send out our condolences. You know, Barbara Walters passed
Prayers.
away. Anita Pointer from the Pointer Sisters. There are
Oh yeah,
so many stars
Benny.
that has passed away, and so many persons unknown but known to their
Yeah,
family that
yeah,
has passed away.
yeah.
So, and did not even make it into the new year. Even
Mhm.
the what's the artist's name again? Oh my God. Oh, my mind went blank. His son was killed 3 minutes after midnight, after the new year came in. I mean, we just send out our prayers and love to each and everyone who lost someone, in this new year. And before the new year even came in, you know. So we definitely feels it for you all and continue to pray for you all. So thank you. Yeah, Tina Turner. Donna says they said Tina Turner died on January 3rd, but it might be a hoax. It's definitely a hoax. That is definitely
It's
a
a
hoax.
hoax.
I have not heard about this.
It's
You
a
know what?
hoax.
You know what? With you bringing that up,
I've seen it.
with you because we're ending on a different note. With you bringing that up, Donna, I think it's so sad that there is this site on YouTube, and I don't know why YouTube don't block these people. They keep putting up
Yes, I know
different
exactly what you're
stars.
talking about.
They keep putting up
Yeah,
different stars died and showing other person's
yeah.
pictures on life
All
supports and all of
showing
these things,
funerals that they
and
call it
saying that
shadowing. They
I
call
mean,
it shadowing.
I
Yeah.
I would like to personally even write YouTube on that because I think it's so distasteful. And what kind of
Mm-hmm.
person can you be that you're going to be, putting on public social media that these wishing death upon these actors and actresses? I mean,
Mm-hmm.
how could you
Mm-hmm.
entertain us? How do you have nothing better to do with your life and with your time that you just is wishing people dead? I think it's just an awful, awful, awful thing. It's an awful thing, and I really would wish that YouTube would do something about it because I've seen
And
several
lady,
stars,
we as people, we shouldn't click on those
and I
sites. When we
don't,
see
I
those things,
don't,
we shouldn't click on them.
I don't.
Yeah,
I
yes,
move
I know
past
you
it.
are.
As soon as I see it, I just
Mm-hmm.
move and I say, say that person and I don't have no sense that's doing this.
Mm.
Once I see it, I said that person has no sense whatsoever that is doing this, But yeah, the time is rolling and it's almost time for us to say goodbye. Well, not goodbye, but see you later. And if you're living in one of those states with that you can now walk around without don't even need a license, a permit to own a gun. I don't know. Go get those go to those gun places and learn how to shoot. Go take some self-defense classes because I mean, I don't know what the government is really trying to say or what they're trying to make us do to one another, but it is reckless. It's a reckless move. I feel that they are allowing just anyone of age to be able to walk around with weapons unconcealed. I know maybe Mama Acid might feel
Western days.
differently towards that, but
Western
I
days.
think it's the
Mm-hmm.
most reckless thing that the governments are doing.
Mm-hmm. I think at the point we're at right now, so many
We do have a
people have
caller.
guns that you need a gun in order to protect yourself from the people who shouldn't have guns.
Yeah.
Now, I feel that there's going to come a point where they're going to run out of ammunition. And that's when we'll see the real break because it's not going to just happen. And it's going to become more and more difficult because there's a huge stream right now of plastic guns that are popping up everywhere. And what really is a problem is these switches. A lot of people don't know what they are. They're a small little piece of plastic hardware that you attach to a semi automatic pistol or long gun, and it turns it into a fully automatic weapon. So previously, you would have to pull the trigger one time for each shot. This time, you pull it and it empties.
Okay, we do have a caller on the line. Caller?
I mean, man,
Hello?
lady.
Yes?
Yeah, man, I mean, man, I have to call from a different number that I phone there.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay,
Just
yes.
want to say good night, you know.
Yeah, bless up, bless up. Thank you,
Bless
thank
up,
you.
caller. Thank you. Your input. Thank you for your
Man,
input.
Thank you for calling in and thank you for all of your input and so on to our program. We most definitely appreciate you. It's the respecter, big up yourself. And Donna says we will have to protect ourselves in this war. Yeah. So that's basically what we're telling everyone. Go learn self-defense and protect yourself. Learn how to protect yourself if you need to get your weapons because I'm seeing it right here in Georgia already. I went into Ingles the other day and this guy had this shotgun in his hand and this other one had it blatantly in his pockets, hanging out of his pockets. And I was like, look at this. This is where
Mm-hmm.
we're at.
Did
Okay.
you
Yeah.
did you
Yeah.
hear all the shots New Year's Eve?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it was crazy. Yeah. So, and I was speaking to one of my sisters and they were telling me these two guys are standing outside with these big shotguns and how many guns on them out blatant. She said she was about to get out the car. She just but the grandkids was in there. She just she just turned back around with them because she didn't want to come out the car with it going on. And there have been so much random things going on. I just got a text from someone said that over in Stone Mountain area, Panola area, they have the streets and everything blocked off with a whole bunch of police. So if you all are in that area, Redan over Stone Mountain, Lithonia Road area in Stone Mountain, be sure to not go over there because there's a lot of police activity going on over there. I mean, you know, I don't know what they're trying to let us do to ourselves, but I just, encourage each and everyone to be diligent in taking care of themselves. You know, once again, learn self-defense. If you need to have weaponry, learn how to use it, learn how to store it. You have to turn down your radio in the back. Learn how to use it, learn how to store it properly so these children do not get their hands on it. Okay, it is most important that you lock it away properly. Donna says it is our constitutional rights to bear arms. Yes, it is. So therefore, they're letting us exercise that. But unfortunately, we have persons that have no behavior that is bearing some of these arms. Alrighty. So
Mental illness
yeah,
too is out there.
we we love you all. Queen, you want to leave out saying something to the listening audience?
Well, it was a pleasure sharing the information that I had with you guys. And I just want to say, be vigilant. Know that there's a lot of things going on out there and a lot of plans they have for the year for 2023. So be
Caller, turn down your
mindful
radio in
of
the
it.
back,
Do
please.
your research. Do your research and know that anything is possible just about now in this world. Even the robots they're building. Love you guys.
Mama Acid.
Yes, yes, yes. Thank you all for coming to visit us on the first show of the year. And know that this year we're going to be going back to faces starting next week. I started a new blog on Tumblr called Reasoning Daily, and you can definitely check it out anytime, 24 hours. We'll have all of our shows linked there, as well as the stories that we're talking about, because we're going to be starting a new blog directly on DA Powerhouse Radio to show you what's going on Reasoning, so you'll know what we'll be talking about earlier in the week. I just want to say thank you to all of our listeners, to all of the people who called in, to all of the people who support us, to the people at Victorious Radio, to all of our radio family all around the world, to our Tumblers, to our Facebookers, to our YouTubers.
Everybody, give us that thumbs up and subscribe. We need your subscription and we need your support
Yeah.
because we want to get monetized this year and we need you to help us do it. Don't forget, like and support. We need that
Yeah.
support. Please subscribe. Come visit us next week. Same time, same place.
The same station. And I would just like to, thank each and every one once again for joining us and being a part of Reason Thursdays, being a part of the Powerhouse Radio, being a part of Victorious Radio. Without you all, there definitely is no us because we wouldn't have anyone to talk to. We'd be talking to the air, talking to ourselves. So we appreciate that you take the time out to be here with us and commenting on the reasonings that we are having. We most definitely ask that you continue to invite your friends and your families, colleagues, so on, fans, and etc. to this program because we would like to grow. We ask you once again, as Mama Acid says, to encourage each and everyone to go to our YouTube channel and like and subscribe. If you've been listening to us and you haven't liked and subscribed as yet, please you do so as well. And also when we're on, please just tap that like button as well for us. We do most definitely appreciate it. To our brotherly Mrs. Station, Victorious, want to thank you for continuing to carry us. And we know that big things and great things going to happen for both of us. For the 2023 Victorious Radio and the Powerhouse Radio for the 2023 for this year 2023. Sky is the limit, and the, the universe has no limit. So we're going for the universe, and that I know will most definitely will accomplish great things. For Mama Acid and Queen, I thank both of you each and every day, each and every week. For continuing to participate, continuing to be hosts of Reasoning Thursdays, because without you all, there's definitely no me as well for Reasoning Thursdays. So I thank both of you each and every week for taking the time out of your busy lives to continue to gather the information and bring it right here on Reasoning Thursdays for our listening audience. I love you all so much that words can never describe. And I appreciate both of you so much that words can never describe.
We
And
love you too.
thank you all so
Love
much.
you too, B.
Because you all are you both make Reasoning Thursdays. I'm just a commentator here that just try to bring things up, but you all do the research. And I thank you all for that, bringing it each and every week right here to the Powerhouse Radio. I definitely want the listeners to know. And for the listeners that listen in, our dedicated, most dedicated listeners, Donna, Donald, we want to thank you. Thank you, Respecta, for jumping in and being a part of us. Sharon, that listen in. Blossom, Sister Julie, that always listens in as well, also to the Lady D show, and she sits in the background, and once we're off the air she types and she sends me all type of info and emails and everything, but she don't necessarily all the time speak, make her opinions known on the YouTube or on the air. But I thank you for listening in the background as well, and to all the listeners that listen everywhere. This year is going to be exciting. We have planned some exciting topics and some exciting things. And as it said, we're going live, officially live, once again, back on the air starting next week. So get ready for the facial expressions once again, because everyone keeps saying they miss our facial expressions that we make, especially yours, Mama Acid and Queen. Hopefully you'll be joining us facially and not just on the telephone
Mine is
line.
always laughing.
Once again, please, once again, share, invite
Yes.
your friends And family, once again, please, we ask you to do that. Donna says, you're absolutely right. And I agree, Lady D. That was to my comment in regards to bearing arms and us protecting ourselves and learning how to protect ourselves. Well, be sure to join me for the Lady D show each and every Saturdays from 12 p.m. up until the 4 o'clock hour. We'll definitely be on this week. Want to say big shouts to the Lex Gripe crew. Awesome show yesterday, Tonya, Marcus, and McKenna. Want to say big shouts out to you all as well. And thanks for being here right here on the Powerhouse Radio. Looking to grow and get some more programming on our stations. So we just love you all. We just want you all to be safe. Research the information that it was presented. And if you have a topic that you want to hear discussed, please send it to us at dapowerhouseradio@gmail.com. That's dapowerhouseradio@gmail.com. All right. And this is some serious business, serious times. And as we say, good night. Good night. Good night. Good night. Good night.
Good night.
We love you all.
Good night.
We love you all. Leaving out with Don Minot. He says, down, press a man. Touching that right there. Love you all. Ciao, ciao. Next week, same time, same place, and same station. Support the respecter. Big up yourself, the respecter. Support the respecter music. And I'll be touching some of his music Saturday. So make sure that you check him out. He has a great tune that's out that I'm going to play next week because we're going to be touching the suicide topic as well. So love you all. Be good to one another. Bless up. Bless up.
The sea will be boiling when you run into the sea. The sea will be boiling when you run into the sea. The sea will be boiling. We're gonna run into the rocks. The rocks will be baby when you run into the rocks. The rocks will be wet when you run into the rocks. The rocks will be naked. So I say down, press on, where you wanna run.
You're in tune to the Powerhouse Radio, linking the world to the pivot.
Victorious 89.1 WAKP. Your unity in the community station.
You're in tune to the Powerhouse Radio, linking the world to the pivot.
We the sound of the people. This nation. Rule the nation.